feel like it can be really hard to find a balance in fitness, whether it's weight training, yoga, running, whatever you like to do. It can be hard to find the balance between pushing yourself and respecting your limit. And I've been noticing this a lot in my own personal fitness routine lately, so I figured that it's probably something a lot of people struggle with, so I figured I'd come on here and talk about it today. I do believe that we are limitless beings in general, but clearly our physical form is not limitless. It could break if we push it too hard, it changes as we age, and to keep the physical body healthy, we have to find this balance of challenging ourselves, but doing it in a way that honors where we're at today. So we're gonna talk about both ends of the spectrum, and I'll put timestamps below if you want to skip to one or the other. So we'll look at how to know when you're pushing yourself too hard versus when to push yourself more. For me personally, in fitness, I struggle more with I push myself too hard and I let my ego get in the way, so we'll look at that first today. If you practice yoga with me, you'll probably notice that when I offer a variation of a pose that's more physically demanding, I always say something like, take this option if it's right for you, or honor where you're at today, or I'll remind you that staying with the less physically challenging option is perfect. I think a lot of times our ego gets in the way and will make us want to do a pose that looks harder even if it's not serving us. So it's so important to remember to do what's right for you and your body on each given day. Let your attachment to your ego start to soften and do what's actually best for you. When you quiet the mind and listen to the body, I do think that we intuitively know what's best for us, and we know when we're pushing ourselves beyond our current limit. And this can apply to any form of exercise. I notice this a lot with my own weight training schedule. So I have a pretty specific weight training schedule that I follow weekly, and I hate to have to change it. And I don't suffer from chronic pain, but I do have some reoccurring injuries that will flare up from time to time, like my neck or my hip, or something random comes up. Like earlier this week I hurt my knee. It's actually feeling better today. But there are these things that come up and I do have to change my schedule. And regardless of injuries coming up, having a menstrual cycle will also change your workout routine. And this is something that's really hard for me. I have my routine, I want to stick with it, but I also have to learn to listen to my body and to be open to changing things up when I need to. So I'm learning to be more okay with changing my routine, and this is a reminder to you that it's okay to make changes to your fitness plan. So if my neck is flared up, maybe I skip doing upper body weight training that week, and on those days I find other ways that I can move in a way that will be more beneficial, like some gentle yoga or maybe just going for a walk or something. So I think that's an important takeaway here, is to find ways that you can move that will benefit you on that day. Or if you need an extra rest day, take the rest day. Is that workout going to do more good or harm? Like my example, is doing a shoulder workout worth flaring up my neck for longer? Probably not. This is especially true with injuries that are more acute. So they just happened or they just flared up. When things are chronic, it can be a little different. We'll talk about that a little later. But the takeaway here is to honor your body and find a way to move in a way that will benefit you on that specific day, or take that extra rest day if you need. It's also important to be aware and willing to change while you're in a workout. So if something isn't feeling right, change it up. Maybe do less reps, drop the weight, or do a different exercise instead. I'm so bad at this, and I do think it's a little partially related to my OCD, because say if I plan to do 4 sets of an exercise and I have to do 3 sets instead, it does kind of drive me crazy. So this is something that I'm working on. An example would be if I'm doing lunges and I start feeling some discomfort in my hip. I'm good with dropping the weight down, but if it still feels kind of icky, I'm terrible about not actually finishing the set, which is bad. Don't do what I do here. It's not worth it. Change the exercise, or if you need to end the workout early, end it early. I'm working on this, trying to get better, not to let my OCD or my ego get in the way of doing what's best for my body. So don't be afraid to change what you have planned and just let your ego soften a little bit. Every workout doesn't need to be intense. Just moving your body is benefiting you already. Okay, other end of the spectrum for those that need to push themselves more. Now, I know that chronic pain or chronic injuries can make it challenging to push yourself, but often movement will be good for you in these cases. And it's not like I'm saying to jump into some crazy intense workout, but oftentimes trying to slowly introduce movement is really helpful. A lot of times in the case of chronic pain, I've seen that often it's fear of movement that holds people back more than anything. And I don't think I've made a YouTube video on this, but I did write a whole blog post on this topic of reducing fear of movement with chronic pain. So I'll link that below for you if you fall into this category and you want to learn more. But those of you who don't have chronic pain, but you feel like maybe you need to push yourself more, you need to remember that to improve strength or to build muscle, you do need to challenge yourself. So maybe just trying to push yourself a little more will help you to work towards your goals in a more efficient way. So if you weight train, maybe you increase the weight that you're using. For example, if you can easily do 20 reps of bicep curls at the current weight you're using, maybe it's time to increase this weight. So 8 to 15 reps is a good range to be in if you're wanting to build muscle. So maybe do more weight and less reps. If you do cardio, maybe push yourself to go for an extra minute. If you train 2 days a week, maybe add a day and go for 3 days a week, though this one you can only add so much because you still want rest days. And see how you feel after your workout. If you feel great, then that's amazing. That's probably an indicator that you didn't push too hard. So start to build a relationship with your body and its signals to start to better understand the best way for you to work out. I hope this video helped you to see where you could find more balance within your fitness routine. Don't be afraid to push yourself, but also don't be afraid to decrease intensity when something's too much. I think continuing to work on building your body awareness and deepening your mind-body connection is really helpful for finding balance in your fitness routine. I probably have other content on body awareness and things which I can't think of right now, but I'm gonna look back and I'll link other resources below for you that I think will be helpful. Also a reminder that I do have a Patreon where each month we discuss a topic and have practices that are designed to really help you to connect with your body, mind, and soul. So if you're interested in that, I will also link that down below so you can check it out. So that's all from me for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. That's super helpful. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right below me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.